Hi, welcome to this quick overview of APA guidelines. Remember from the overview of the entire module, APA is required for this particular project that you'll be doing with natural sciences and the annotated bibliography, as well as your next one. In your main textbook, the Insider's Guide to Academic Writing, on pages 619 to 622, you can find information that will help you with APA. I also have some very good websites at the end of this presentation that you can click on as well to give you help and guidance with formatting APA sources and documentation. So APA stands for the American Psychological Association, and APA is used mainly for your for your social sciences, but some natural sciences teachers also like for you to use it. APA is the second documentation style that the English department at National Community College requires you to learn. The state mandated in our last change that we teach you more than one documentation style. So we chose APA because it is the most popular, and students seem to use this one in other classes more so than the other options that we have. So APA formatting guidelines. There's some things that are just common for all APA formatted assignments. The first is a title page, and I have an example at the end of this presentation of a title page. So each assignment requires a title page. I will require one of you of your annotated bibliography. Also, an abstract is required, and we will discuss abstracts in another video. If we were doing an essay, then you would have your main body of your essay, as well as section headings, and they have level 1 and level 2 section headings. Sorry, my calendar telling me to pick my kids up popped up. I apologize for that. Anyway, back to the PowerPoint. We have level 1 and level 2 section headings in an APA format. It helps with the transitions. Usually an APA essay deals with data and research, so it makes it for easier transitions. APA has what is called a reference page, and this reference page is the same thing as a works cited page on MLA. It's a list of your sources. One thing that APA does do that's a little bit different is it focuses on dates and how current the information is. If you are doing research on, let's say, the drug cocktail that they give HIV patients, what they give patients today who are infected with HIV is a lot different than what they used to give patients in the 1990s. Alright, so just like MLA, APA requires in-text citation anytime you use information from an outside source. It does not matter whether you have a direct quote, a paraphrase, or a summary. If it did not come from you, you need to cite it. And that is with any documentation style you may be exposed to in the future. Typically, the in-text citation is the author's last name, a comma, and then the date that the information was published. Again, APA is really big on dates. If you have a print source, then you would use the page numbers as well. One thing that APA does in that last bullet is that if you have a sentence that has the author's name in it, your internal documentation can go right after that sentence. So, for example, if I said, according to Martinez, APA is one other documentation style English 112 students would use for this semester. Right after my name, I would put a comma, not a comma, parentheses, 2015, close parentheses, comma, and then start the sentence. So a lot of students like that because they're forced to put the documentation right after the author's mentioned. Some students don't. But it is an APA requirement, so you will need to use it. The references list some things you will see that are very similar to MLA in the works cited page, and other ones are a little bit different. Again, instead of having works cited, you have references centered at the top of the page. Regardless of the type of reference it is, you need to put the complete bibliographic information in it. The sources are in ABC order, so that's the same as MLA. The author's name is the last name and the initials, and I'll show you an example of that in a minute. as well as an example of how the dates are in parentheses after the last name. Hanging indents are the same, and APA did this before MLA, but you do have to use the URLs when you are putting information together on the works cited page for the APA reference page. So here are some very, very good resources for you to use. And I just wanted to click on this one. This is a title page. This document explains to you all about APA. You have a running head, which is like a header for MLA, and this is something you'll have on every page. You will have your title, your name, and then you would have Nash Community College. This other stuff you don't need. So that's the title page. The next page after that is the abstract. You will have to write an abstract for this course, for this assignment, and we're going to discuss abstracts in a different video, but it comes right behind the title page. And then the last thing that I wanted to kind of show you, you can go through and look at this essay on your own time. But one thing I wanted to show you was the references page. So you'll notice up here the word references is there. That's all you need. And then you have the last name Cummins, comma, J period, N period. And then you have the date. So it's very much like MLA in the fact that you have to document the stuff, but there are some subtle differences, and you need to be aware of the subtle differences. Just like with MLA, I will never, ever require you to memorize these rules. My expectation is that you will look up what the rules are to make sure you follow them appropriately. And I have given you lots of resources on this PowerPoint that is in Moodle. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.